Good morning, viewers! Welcome to 100 Years of Evolution. I am Chari Palacios.
And I am Ace Vincent Shason.
And we are your hosts for today. Today, we will not just taking you through a century of beauty here in the Philippines, but of Filipino history too. How Philippines has evolved.
Living and growing up in the Philippines, it was not out of the norm to see the proliferation of foreign influence, whether it came in the form of culture, belief, or lifestyle.
You're right, partner. Way back into history, Spain ruled the country until 1898, only to be taken over by the United States. Japan has also had a reign in the Philippines, and as a result, the country is chock full of different influence.
That is why it never came as a surprise to me that the said country had a tremendous influence in the evolution of the Philippines in the last 100 years.
Let's take a look how the Philippines has evolved in the past 100 years in terms of culture, belief, and lifestyle.
Filipino and Filipina fashion and beauty have evolved over the years. We are thankful to the influence brought by the various colonizers because the beauty of the Filipinos has been exposed by their different suits. Here are the reviews of men fashion from years.
For Filipina beauties, Spanish-American War at the turn of the century, the beauty standards start off in 1910 when indigenous women were adorned with tribal tattoos and shell head pieces. And then Fernando Amorsolo painted a quintessential Maria Clara, wearing a traditional and formal dress combining indigenous and Spanish influence, which is actually made of separates, saya, baro with lace work, a matching panuelo, inagua, tapis, and accessorized with an abanico. This look was made popular towards the end of the nearly Spanish rule. After US took control of the country, American trends began to heavily influence Filipino beauty. By the 1920s and 30s, women were inspired by jazz and the silver screen. Glamorous and thus with heavy makeup began in vogue until Japanese occupation began during World War II.
Larong Pinoy o Larong Kalye is a traditional games played by children using native materials or instruments. Most games are usually played outside the house. It is unique and made by imagination.
As the generation modernized, people are also updated. Mobile games is the most played games of every Filipino that were pre-installed in mobile devices. It can play on a feature phone or even portable media player.
In the past 2 decades, Filipinos' way of courtship is harana. Harana is a method on how they express their feelings towards to someone they love. They perform harana to impress the family of the girl. Before they get the sweetest yes, they should perform the traditional courtship of every Filipinos. Sometimes, they need to neither give dowry to the family nor do some of the household chores. Moreover, writing letters is a way of communicating one another. These letters takes weeks or even months to reach your loved one. It was then improved by using typewriter. People don't need to write a letter, but it could be encoded manually through typing. Likewise, it takes weeks or months to reach the letters to your loved ones. But in the modern age, courtship and sending messages has been totally different. Messages take seconds to reach other people through the use of social media. These have been a modern way to court Filipina. They can exchange their thoughts instantly by texting or calling. Hence, in the present, you need to put some effort to the girl you love because of modern technology.
During colonial era, Philippines enjoys a rich cultural heritage which includes a diverse collection of traditional dances. One of their collection is ethnic dance in which emphasize the Filipino culture. In 80s, medley dance became a hit when Marcel Soriano and Roderick Paulate did a medley dance in one of their movies. And now, in the present year, dances are evolved to hip-hop. Filipino love to dance hip-hop because it is a kind of contemporary that include a wide range style featuring upbeat music and electronic backing. In the reign of Spanish, colonizers introduced the calesa. This is the first transportation used by Filipinos to travel and transport goods to nearby areas. Calesa looks like inclined cart and drawn by a single horse that can accommodate 4 persons. In the present time, Filipinos use vehicles as their transportation. It is popular haulage that can travel for long distance.
Family gathering is important to us Filipinos. This is the way in which we show respect to the food we eat. We offer ourselves to prayer before eating. In eating, you need to be formal because food is holy. But in the present time, some of the families are not complete when having dinner. Most are late to come or busy with other things like gadgets. They have no respect when it comes to food. If there is a problem or they get scolded with their parents, they have the attitude to walk out and leave the food out of finish.
Bahay Kubo is one of their houses that remain as their identity of Filipinos culture. It is use of native materials like nipa and bamboo that are affordable and widely available. The style of Filipino house is the Bahay na Bato. It is introduced to the Philippines during the Spanish colonial era. The Bahay na Bato consists of stone nor brick halls and has 2 floors that includes the capichel as the design of their window. Modern house. In the present years, houses are well improved and made up of concrete material. Most of houses are now nearly close to each other.
Pinoys also bring in their own flavor to the belief, making them more interesting or ridiculous sounding, depending on how you look at it. But as the 21st century enters, these beliefs are gradually disappearing.
Before, Albulario serves as a healer or the general practitioner in faith healing. They are often called to cure a sick person, mostly in rural areas. Albulario is a Filipino term for witch doctor, folk healer, or medicine man. In the modern world, doctor is a person who is qualified to be a practitioner of medicine. They are trusted to cure a sick person.
Thank you for watching. Once again, this is 100 Years of Evolution.